Hello, my name is Juan Pablo Tinjaca Huertas. I'm in fourth semester of degree of foreign language with an emphasis in English. And this work is from the course Directives of English. Okay, let me introduce you to the teacher Viviana Ospina. How are you today, teacher?
Very good, thank you.
Okay, teacher. So, thanks for attending this interview. So, I will ask you many questions about your opinion of language teaching, and I will tell you about my opinion to discuss each question, okay?
Okay, I understand.
Okay, teacher. The first question is, do you consider language teaching as a science, an art, or a philosophy? And tell me, why do you think that, teacher?
Well, I think that language teaching is all three. It is a science because it needs to be learned, it needs to be studied, and it's an art because not everybody is able to do it. And it is a philosophy because to be able to teach a language, you need to not only understand the language itself, but also the culture around it. So I believe it's all of them.
No, okay, teacher, I understand. Okay, teacher, in my opinion, I think that language teaching is only an art, because
Okay.
the teacher must bring themselves fully into their teachings. As a teacher, you will need to find the methods, the strategies that work best for you. Thus, all the teaching strategies that you learn should be adapted to fit your particular teaching situation and your personal teaching style. For that reason, I think that it's an art teacher. Okay,
I understand. Very good.
that's my opinion. Okay, teacher. The next question is: What is the best way to teach a second language, referring to resources, strategies, or others?
Okay. When you are teaching a second language, you need to think first of the student. Once you understand who the student is, then you can implement different strategies and resources. There are resources such as the internet, such as the TICs. There are different strategies such as significative learning, or you can even do TPR. It really depends on the student. So once you understand who you are teaching the foreign language to, then you will be able to understand which different strategies you can use.
Okay, teacher, I'm agree with you. In my opinion, I base on the principles of language teaching. I think that the best method to teach English is with the method do what effective teachers do. That means that the teacher applies many methods and strategies and didactic materials used by other teachers. Also, the teacher is able to choose what is the best strategy, method, and material that he or she considers relevant to their class, while they adapt the actions to develop them in their language classes. So that's my opinion, teacher. Besides, you can adapt strategies, experience. You can acquire experience. So for that reason, I think that is the best method
Yeah,
to teach
I
us
agree
second
with
language.
you.
Yes. Okay, teacher.
Yes.
Okay, teacher. The third question is based on methods and approach for language teaching. What principle do you apply in your class, teacher?
Um, I think that I motivate my students, and that is one of my main principles, motivation. And
Mhm.
then after that, I try to teach them based on significative learning. For me, it's very important that they see English not as a subject, but as a life skill. So that's my principle.
Okay, teacher, yes, I'm agree with you. Like I told you, in my opinion, the principle that I would apply if when I become an English teacher is do what effective teachers do. Because I explained you. I think that you can adapt and apply some strategies, and you can acquire experience, and you are able to observe what is the best method and strategy to teach a second language. Depend depending the type of teaching that your students are able to learn to acquire. more about a second language. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Okay, teacher. That's only my opinion. And okay, teacher. The next question is: would you apply another principle to improve your class?
Of course. I would always try and look for different ways to be able to get to my students. So, like I said before, not all strategies, not all principles work with everyone because we are all different.
Yes, teacher. I am agree because each student has a different understanding about second language. Um, I would recommend you the operational principle of learning because this approach involves develop teaching principles, research on memory, transfer, motivation, and other factors that are considered important in learning. Um, because you can apply many methods like audios or listening tools.
Mhm.
And for that reason, I think that this approach is the best option to improve your class and your teachings.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, teacher. The next question is, in your opinion, teacher, the main goal in class is the communication, the social culture aspect, the language and cultural awareness, or general knowledge?
In my opinion, I think that in my particular classes, the main goal is communication and also language and cultural awareness. Those are my two main goals.
Mm, can you tell me why, teacher?
Communication because you learn a language to be able to communicate with other people. That is just a basic goal. And language and cultural awareness is that you learn a language not only by learning the mechanics of the language itself, but you also learn it by immersing yourself in the culture. Culture gives you many insights of the language itself.
Okay, teacher. In my opinion, teacher, only in my opinion, the main goal in a class is the learning of target language through or our native language. Because I think that is the main aspect to acquire a second language because we need to consider that we can compare the grammar structure, the vocabulary, and the difference between both. I think that is the first and the main aspect to teach a second language. Okay?
Okay.
The using of our native language. Okay, teacher. The next question is, what do you think that is the best trend for syllabus design? Okay, teacher. In this case, is do you think that if the best trend is the communication, the social culture, the using of the native language, cultural awareness, or general knowledge? What do you think that is the best trend for syllabus design?
Well, the design of a syllabus really depends on who we're designing it for. So that's a really difficult question to answer. To
Mm,
say that to say that there is just one best trend for syllable design, in my
mm,
opinion. So I would say that based on what I said before, it will be
mhm,
communication
mhm.
or cultural and language awareness.
Yes, I think it's a difficult question because we have to know how to develop a syllabus because
Hmm.
that syllabus need to guide and at the same time teach many things about the target language.
Right.
In my opinion, like I told you before, it's using of native language because we can guide your students about the goals, the topics, and the activities that will be developed in the semester or academic period. Thus, the student will be able to understand through the native language and learning the target language from the using of both language in the syllabus. That's my
Okay.
opinion, teacher.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay. Okay, teacher. What type of syllabus do you apply in your class, teacher? In this case,
In
teacher, I will explain you. There are, I think that, give me a moment. There are six types of syllabus. It's the
okay.
grammar syllabus, the national syllabus about the contents, the situational syllabus, that teach about the target language through situations, the task syllabus, the content syllabus, and the skill language syllabus.
Okay.
Um, do you understand about them, or you
Yes.
need an explanation? Ah, okay, teacher.
No, I
So,
understand.
okay, teacher. So, what type of syllabus do you apply in your class?
I use content syllabus and I also use skill syllabus. It depends on the course.
Okay, teacher. And in your opinion, what is the best syllabus for a student's language learning process?
I think that a combination of content and skill syllabus, because if you give the students the contents what they need to learn, but also you tell them what they need it for. So that's where the skills come in, and it's an interesting idea.
Okay, teacher. Yes, I'm agree. After research, after investigate, um, in my opinion, the best syllabus for the students' language learning process is the national syllabus because
Hmm.
it's organized according to meanings which the students need to express. That is to say, the students learns about the topics and includes the most important grammatical forms and instruction about how to express and learn communicative skills about the topics and the target language. So I think that is the best option.
Very good.
Okay? Okay, teacher. Okay, that's all. Those were the questions. Um, Again, thanks for attending this interview and have a good day, teacher.
Thank you. Thank you. You have a good day too.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
You're welcome.